everyone, settle down. Class is in session once again. Now I know you guys are all eager to get out of here today, so we have a very short and sweet SCP file to go over today. Well, I guess it's not sweet. They're actually pretty terrifying creatures, and the concept itself is pretty terrifying. But nonetheless, the show must go on, as they say. Anyway, today we are looking over SCP-2421, otherwise sometimes known as the bath bugs. Object class for this SCP is Euclid. Special containment procedures. Through controlled feeding at certain known feeding areas, the range of SCP-2421 has been limited to a 250 km squared area in south of Russia. Mobile Task Force Alpha 2, otherwise known as Resort Staff, are responsible for maintaining these areas. Feeding areas are presented as a chain of resorts branded as Fundamental Springs. D-Class are stationed at all feeding areas for the purpose of consumption. Description: SCP-2421 is a large subterranean entity which resides a minimum of 100 meters beneath ground level. It has a roughly oval shape with a segmented shell covering most of its body and fleshy gaps between each segment to allow for articulation. Hair-like protrusions cover the outside of the shell in an irregular pattern. SCP-2421 possesses no legs and moves in a manner similar to a caterpillar. At the presumed front of the creature are two claw-like mandibles, which allow it to burrow through rock. It is approximately 300 meters long and possesses a 150-meter-long proboscis protruding from between its mandibles. Additionally, imaging has shown SCP-2421 to possess an intricate skeletal structure within its shell, containing a number of airfield chambers, the purpose of which are unknown. Sample analysis of the entity reveals a non-standard genetic structure, possibly suggesting extra-dimensional origin. The creature feeds by extending its probiotics towards the surface and puncturing the bottom of a small body of water, in which the temperature is approximately 25 degrees Celsius or higher. These locations include hot springs, spas, or in one case a bath. Once the bottom of the body of water has been punctured, a sphincter at the end of the probiotics will open and any humans within the water will be pulled inside. The entity will consume approximately 5 humans over a 2-day period once per month, and will expand its feeding area should humans be scarce. Feeding episodes consistent with SCP-2421 were first reported in May 1840 redacted. Attempts to replace D-Class with animals during feeding episodes have been unsuccessful, as test animals remain untouched despite the water being the correct temperature and within the feeding range. D-Class fed to SCP-2421, implanted with tracking devices, have been observed to move in the air-filled chambers of the entity's shell in an erratic manner. In one instance, where civilians were unavoidably consumed during a feeding episode, a call was made to the Foundation-owned spa resort from the phone of a presumed dead civilian within the entity. No specific words were identified, however, background sounds of conversation, laughter, splashing, low moans, and what has been determined to be seagulls were recorded. well, like I said, it was short today. That's all we got. You guys can all leave now. Go have fun. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Children of the Night here, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening to today's story, whether it be on YouTube or on the podcast. The YouTube channel can be found at youtube.com/Children of the Night, or link in the description. And the podcast can be found basically anywhere you can find podcasts, such as Spotify, Google, Anchor, like I said, pretty much everywhere. If you are interested in supporting me more than you already are by watching either the podcast or on the YouTube channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Children of the Night, or again, you can just use the link in the description. There you can get access to polls which dictate which horror story I'll narrate next. You can get voice acting roles in the podcast, or you can get early access to these narrations so you can hear them before anyone else. Even if you donate just $1, it goes a long way in, keeping the lights on and making the show in higher quality. So thank you so much for anyone who decides to do that. And if you are interested in seeing some horror-related memes or just some minor updates, be sure to check out my Instagram page at Children of the Night 1. And be sure to tune in every single Friday for brand new episodes of the podcast. But until we see each other again, I want to say good night and sweet dreams to all my fellow Children of the Night.